Part 1, Question 5, Article 3, whether every being is good. We're getting closer and closer to that question of evil. It's a subject Thomas returns to often, but our main focus here is on the relationship between goodness and being. We saw in Article 1, quote, goodness and being are really the same. They differ only in idea. Specifically, goodness presents the aspect of desirableness, which being does not present. In Article 2, we saw that being is prior in idea to goodness. And notice how carefully Thomas is making these distinctions. For a modern quote-unquote thinker, if it would be enough just to say that A and B are connected and then go on treating them as if they were identical. After all, they're connected. But for Thomas, connection implies structure and organization, and we read in St. Paul that every creature of God is good. But wait, good is a label applied to some things and not to other things. It describes a way of being. It therefore limits being. The main character in this novel wonders, what does it feel like to be crazy and fearless and, dare I say it, bad? Or, on a night out with your friends, one of them says, don't be so uptight. Your goodness is limiting you, limiting how much fun you can have, your self-realization, your self-expression, your being. What would you say to that? Objection 2. Isaiah himself warns against calling good evil and evil good. So clearly they must be different, and therefore evil must be a thing. Other objections come not from the immoral, but from the amoral. Prime matter and mathematics. They exist, but they lack a claim to moral goodness. Thomas answers that beings are in act, and therefore beings, because they are beings, have some perfection, something desirable about them. Just being a being is enough to be good. And yes, essence is a limit. A fish is not a cat, but goodness itself, either good fishiness or good catness, that is not a limit. Goodness is not a limit. That's worth remembering on your next night out with friends. Goodness is not a limit, but evil is a deficiency. It is a lack. Evil does not independently ontologically exist. It's a lack. Moral evil is a lack of virtue, and prime matter has good potential. There's something good about prime matter. It's got potential. That's all it has. Mathematics, mathematical ideas are good ideas. Quoting Thomas, mathematical things do not subsist, however, separately according to being. No one desires 4. 4 itself is not good or bad. 4 championship trophies, that would be a good thing. 4 parking tickets, that would be a bad thing. But 4 itself has no goodness, nor does it lack any goodness. A mathematics teacher of mine once said that there were no perfect triangles drawn here on paper on earth, only approximations. Okay, I thought. Then another time she said, even if the world exploded, there would still be perfect triangles, the idea or the concept of the perfect triangle in the universe. Well, okay, I thought, but then I kept thinking and missed the rest of the lecture because I was thinking, those perfect disembodied triangles, they would lack something. And I didn't raise my hand or ask about this. I don't think she would have appreciated it, but it did bother me, and Thomas showed me what the answer is, what these perfect, so-called perfect triangles would lack. They would lack some goodness. They would lack some being, because they wouldn't exist, and every being is good.